Welcome, friend, to the world of Kryn. Step into the river of time and let it carry you along its slow-moving current as it winds its way through history and the continent of Ansalon. Be a part of that history as you join the never-ending struggle between chaos and order. On Kryn, the gods of good and evil war eternally, joined in the battle by mortal beings such as yourself and Kryn's true children, the dragons. You may journey with wizards as they risk their lives to take the test that can grant them great power. You may quest with brave knights to prove honor and worth, or discover heroes and ordinary people who fight for their homes and loved ones. Your travels may take you through lands of mysterious ruins, populated with terrifying creatures. You may fly on the backs of dragons in service of your cause, be it good or evil. The continent of Ansalon is a land of marvelous beauty, with a rich and fascinating history. You can choose to fight on the side of good, serve a cause of evil, or work to maintain the balance of the world. You may restore lost knowledge to the people, or search for powerful magical artifacts to aid in your struggle. You will face the awesome power of enemy worms and soar the skies on the backs of dragons that serve your cause. Welcome, friends, to the Dragonlance campaign, brought to you by i-gameonline.
When we left it, Tanis, Flint, Tika and Tasselhoff all dove into a disused building on the ground floor of Zaktasroth when they were being chased in one direction by a group of draconians, lizard people, who were woken up in their barracks after Tasselhoff tried to sneak into the barracks. There was a massive clattering noise, and then Tasselhoff just came racing out, ran past everybody, and everybody else just followed Tasselhoff. He turn left, turn right, turn left, turn right, turn right, weaving in and out of the streets in the darkness, not knowing any particular direction as where it was going or leading to, led back to the main kind of central promenade street, to which Goldmoon, Riverwind, Caramon and Raceland decided to head towards the ruins of a derelict tower. Inside that ruins they found two portal doors that seemed to go into small square-like structures. When they passed through those two portal square-like structures, they found themselves materialized in a room much larger than the room that they actually went into. Unbeknownst to them, later they found out that they actually teleported to an unknown location. They were met by some spectral minions who were the former accountants of the city, and they demanded that to balance their books they needed 500 clear seals from the adventurers, believing them to be the last people to pay their taxes. That they weren't going to allow them to leave until they paid their 500 clear seals, and subsequently they were trying to force the adventurers to basically cough up these seals to balance their books, thus they can actually cross over or pass on because they've been long times dead. Then they wanted to, they were going to attack them and actually force them to to cough up their taxes, kind of thing. Otherwise, the spectral minions of these accountants would be forced to stay within the ancient ruins until they balance their books.
Terrible fate, that.
What, accountants stuck in accountancy for eternity?
Yep. Can you imagine being stuck doing that for the rest of eternity? Even if you are an accountant.
But that's why they're quite upset, Jai. That's why.
Well, yeah. That's why I said it's a terrible fate, that.
Yeah, well, you could help them out maybe if you could have 500 seals, 500 clear
Yeah,
tablets.
it's alright.
Or like materialize something that appears to be 500 golden seals,
We
so
can
that they
only-
just settle their books and vanish, and then whatever
I
happens
think
to
we
the...
tried to do that, but none of us had the right spell.
No, I managed to get out of the room twice though.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. You created a doorway in the left-hand side wall, which led to an outside corridor, and then you created a doorway behind you, which led to exactly the same outside corridor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yay for 2 level 4s.
2 level 4 spells, yes. That's
3
that's.
spells,
Really?
level 4. So yay.
We got
Two level fours?
Commander
Did you level
Zarkin, howdy
four?
ho.
Level 3, sorry.
Okay, so
What?
sorry, somebody in the chat, Commander Zarkin, howdy ho.
Hi!
Hi to everybody in the chat. If you're going to be watching, then you're going to be watching and following, then please comment, please post your. This trailer, I don't know what that is, but I'm going to try and get on and concentrate on the tabletop session as it is.
Yes, sometimes us, the players, we will see what you say and we'll respond. But other than that, please understand that we are focusing,
I'm trying to.
trying to.
Yes, trying to indeed.
Why did it just say disconnect from IRC?
I have no idea.
What,
That's
down in the
no
world
clue.
chat? I got no clue. Is everybody still in? Everybody still moving around?
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody's
Yeah.
fine. I think it's just they're still working on Tabletop Simulator. It is going through some updates.
I didn't even see that.
hmm
There's a 64-bit
Where'd you
version.
go?
No, there's a 60...
Oh, is it still lagging? Oh no. Oh no, it's not.
It shouldn't be
Feel
lagging.
it.
Hmm.
There you go. I just rolled the dice. Not lagging.
Although it's come up on
It's not
it's come up
lagging.
on Steam now saying that Faye is now playing Tabletop Simulator.
Hmm.
Finally.
Weird.
I think it's just the
Right.
yeah. It might be a Steam lag rather than actual game lag.
Yeah, I think my
Totally.
Steam's very laggy because it took me as long as you guys saw to actually get the thing to load. Oh, and we have sound.
And we have sound on the trailer as well, on this thing as well.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna coordinate myself. Here we go. Okay, so you guys are inside this derelict building. Like, it's a derelict building. It's got no doors on it. It's got all its windows are busted in. Pretty much the same as where you were on the opposite side of the town, a small city, where you decide to rest up after coming down the escalator of the giant pot. Okay,
Right.
well, the elevator kind of thing of the giant cauldron with all the gully dwarves. You've double backed on yourselves and ran always corner. I will remind you that you did bump into a draconian who had been heavily drinking.
Oh dear, really?
Yes.
Yep.
that's heavily drinking, yes. Who did give you some kind of gibberish and some nonsense as well. You have found the dragon. You know where the dragon's at, although the dragon has retreated. But you're well aware that there is a dragon on this floor now. For those of you who are on the floor above, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you are in a completely new, unexplored area. It still is part of the city. It's just part of the city that did not descend further down into the chasm. As the main structure of the city. It seems to have slid or fallen halfway into this gaping hole that opened up when the cataclysm occurred.
Oh, good lord.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Taslov, Tika, Tanis, and Flint. You notice that the Draconians that were following you seem to have all either split up and they seem to be looking around. It is considerably dark down here. There's no daylight penetrating any of the roof or anything like that. It is very, very dark. However, there is various glimmers of light from various torches that are burning and various little fires that seem to be just illuminating the alleyways and the city streets and that kind of thing. Running down the center of the city street is, of course, the remnants of an underground waterfall. It's turned into a river that seems to be flowing down. It's flowing down towards the army gully dwarves that are running up the street, that are under the instructions to try and find whoever it is the dragon instruct the draconian to find. And there is the draconians who seem to be running around. They haven't come in your direction yet. They seem to be cowering around in the ruins that were opposite the exit that you came out onto the main street at. So around the ruined tower.
Right.
Around here.
Around here, yes. There's about 4 or 5 draconians that seem to be just like looking around here, just like, do you see them? Yeah, did you see where they went?
Hmm.
We're just hiding out in the room.
Yeah, but it's the remnants of some kind of street shop or house or something like that. There's not much of a room left, Zelly. It's like all piled into one. If anybody's seen the remnants of Pompeii, that's very similar to what it looks like at the moment. Yes?
Yeah, we're staying in there, hiding.
Mm.
Well, I am.
Okay.
And I'm making Tasselhoff stay as well. Because I did kind of drag them in the room. So.
Okay, there's a group of good dwarfs that seem to be just like running into doorways. They're not the very tall gully dwarfs. They can't climb into windows or anything like that. But they are climbing into doorways and they're rummaging around just like they're not the brightest of things. What they're doing is they're turning up like objects which are much smaller than human size and seeing if they're hiding underneath them. Yeah. But they're being told to search everywhere, so literally they are searching everywhere. So you can see one of them, just a little bit out of reach, who is looking to see if anybody's hiding under a cup.
A cup.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a cup. Okay.
I just realised looking on the map that I know our characters will not know this, but apparently that's near to that tube thing. You know that tube thing?
Yeah.
That's up here.
Yep.
Yeah, I just realised that we're near one of those tube things there. So.
Yep.
But our characters will not know that, so I'm just not gonna metagame.
Completely new area kind of thing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna metagame because that's just a big no-no in
That's okay.
thing.
You can see where you're
around ever so often in stealth mode.
Mm-hmm.
Peek around in stealth mode.
Yes.
Okay.
Really?
Okay. What's Flint doing?
Holding Tasselhoff and hiding.
Okay, well you've got Tasselhoff, you've got your arm wrapped around him, and your hand across his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're hiding.
And hiding. Okay, Tanis? A word for Tanis?
Yes.
Tanis?
Oh, what does Tanis want to do?
Yes, what's Tanis doing?
Let's see here. I think Tanis wants to get more information about the general vicinity before he moves forward. Doesn't like the fact that there's a dragon sneaking around, despite that he knows where the dragon is. And did we encounter the drunk draconian, or was that the other group?
All of us
I could
before
say
we
all of
split
you.
up.
Tasselhoff encountered the draconian. You mean the drunk draconian?
Yes.
It's mostly
Where he is.
Yeah, you know where he's at. Yeah, Tasselhoff was the one.
Tasselhoff was the one who found him. Okay.
The draconian.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to focus on like 2 characters, so I'm trying to figure out who saw what. And Tasselhoff's separate from us, even though his counter is right next to us.
No, he's with you.
Okay. If Tasselhoff is further away from us than we are currently to him, then we need to wait for Tass to come back. Or if we heard his commotion, because I believe he disturbed a whole bunch of draconians
Yeah,
recently.
you all ran away, and you and Tasselhoff with your little group hid in like a dusty room
I'm
Okay.
currently grappling Tasselhoff to shut up and stay in hiding. Because I literally
dear.
dragged Tasselhoff
Yeah, it was
into the room
in this
so that we
barracks.
can
Taskov
hide.
went into this barracks kind of thing and woke up
Okay.
a whole load of draconians. They raced down this street and they came
Mhm.
out around about there. To which you kind of all split up. Some of you went over towards the tower, the ruins of a tower, and some of you darted towards the main street. Those of you that darted towards the main street saw an army of gully dwarves doing room-to-room search coming in this direction.
Okay.
Or house-to-house, building-to-building search in this direction.
Oh, they're gonna see us.
And you can see you know they're there because they're just going all over the place, but they're not doing it methodically. They're not doing it like with any ounce of intelligence or anything like that. I mean, you actually witness
Obviously
one of them.
glaives.
You actually witness one of them pick a cup up and actually look into the cup to see if you're hiding in the cup.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
So my plan of action is that should a gully dwarf find us, that I will promptly tell him that we are not the people they're looking for.
The Jedi speak.
And wave your hand in front of them.
No, I don't even need to wait. Oh no, we're supposed to be here. Yeah, we're not the ones we're all looking for. There are other places. Because basically, I'm betting that 99% of the time they will believe that and move on.
Okay.
If you're lucky.
No, well,
Um,
yeah, I mean, it's a gully dwarf. You basically tell them to look for something, and they have no idea. They don't even know the size of us. They're looking in a teacup.
No, they don't.
They don't know what they're looking for. They don't have that comprehension. So we can easily just say we are not. We're supposed to be here. We're looking for something else. We are all looking for something else.
I thought the
And they'll
gully
go,
dwarfs
"Oh,
were actually
okay,"
looking
and
for
move
the
on.
lady.
Hmm?
Weren't the gully dwarfs looking for the lady?
They were told to look for something. They were told. I'm not saying they're looking for you. I'm telling you that they were told. They were instructed to look for somebody or
Oh,
something.
we heard she,
Oh.
so it's obviously
Yeah,
a female.
find her. Find her.
Find her. Do we have any of the female members of our party present in this group?
Tika.
Tika.
Tika, we have Tika. Okay, so Tika just gets to hide behind us.
Because Tasselhoff's a male, right?
Yes.
Yes, Tass is a
That's
male.
what-
Wow, how many more times do we have to go through that one? He's a male, isn't he? He looks like a girl, but he's a male, isn't he? Yeah.
Just for the confirm. It's just Tika.
Tika's a female, yes. And everybody else who was being chased by the Draconians have jumped into a portal kind of thing. There's two portals, they were facing each other, two square concrete, like solid buildings, 10 by 10, with doorways. And they ran into one of the doorways to try and hide, and they seem to have been teleported to another location. Spontaneously greeted by some ghosts, some spectral minions, but they managed to escape those.
Yes, I know about the spectral minions. That one I could follow.
Yeah.
So in this case, I think that just staying put until the coast is clear, pending they find us, and then my set plan,
Yes.
I think is a good course of action at this point. We are looking for something that the only person who knows or has any vague concept of how to find is in the other group. And by moving around, we make ourselves harder to find.
I
Okay.
just can't wait to see your plan
Mhm.
pan out with the gully dwarves.
It would be nice, but they haven't spotted us yet, so we're just going to stay still for now.
Yeah.
And
yes.
if he happens to roll that they find us, then we'll cross that bridge.
I just like what I mean by that is I just like to see it happen because I get it. You're saying that they're very, very gullible and will probably
They're not
believe
gullible,
you.
they're just not exceptionally
They're
well
not
educated.
bright. They're it's just a matter of they're not bright. They don't know what they're looking for, and they are very likely to believe someone else telling them that this isn't what they're looking for because they don't even know what they're looking for.
And therefore gullible.
Not
Gullible.
Dim.
It's not gullible.
Unable to comprehend that someone might be lying to you
They're
is
not
far
act-
more accurate.
Yeah, it's not their fault. It's the way they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that like, oh, like I just believe people because I believe them, I have an inherent trust in them. It's I believe them because I don't know better.
Okay.
They have no counterpoint.
They're not gullible. They're just.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
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 Is that why they're called gully dwarfs? Because they are kind of like, they're not gullible, but they are gully dwarfs.
They're named gully dwarfs because of their habitats that they live in. They live in the sewers and the gullies.
Oh, okay.
They live in
I have a funny feeling that Lee was trying to crack a joke there.
I was, but you know, it worked.
No.
I
You
get it.
tried, but not
Yeah.
It was bad.
failed.
It
I
failed.
got
I
it.
don't care about you.
got it.
I
No,
won't hear any reviews.
me and Jai got it. It's fine.
We got it.
We all thought it was they called gully dwarfs because they're gullible, but that's not the case. Yeah, it's just
Well,
through
they
no
I bet that is really the case. The person who
not.
wrote up gully dwarfs thought, "Oh, I've got to do this." Yeah.
just
They go, oh, I better put
through no
something
fault of the
sensible
yarn.
there. They
It's
live
just
in the gullies. Yeah, that's right.
the gullies and the sewers and the underworlds of cities and things like that. They live where people nobody wants to live. Maybe because nobody wants them, and they
Because they're the rats of
they
the
know
world.
no, they're not the rats. I wouldn't say they're the rats of the world. They're just they're firmly aware. They have no they have
Secret.
no secrets whatsoever that the world doesn't want them.
Sort of.
The world
Yeah,
doesn't,
they're like Skrit, except for with the concept that Skrit gets smarter when they're in groups.
Yeah.
yeah, gully dwarfs don't.
Galados don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, generally they recognize that they are the scavengers of the living classes, and
Yeah.
they very well could have been a mistake by one of the gods. They don't know. They just know that they are good at something, and that something is keeping to themselves in the dark, and that whenever they can be helpful to people, people give them things.
Yes.
I like them. Just hire them.
Just hire them. They're like the minions. They're like the minions in that sense. They through no fault of their own. It's not a punishment or anything like that. They're not being cursed or anything like that. It's just the way that they are, the way they've turned out. And they're aware of that. They know they're not the smartest. They know they're not the cleanest. They know they're not the brightest. They know they're not the tallest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
They just know that they are, and they make do as they
Make
can.
do with what they've got. Yes. And they live in these places not because they're being forced to. They live in these places because they know that the other races, they're not liked by any race, good nor evil. Now remember, gully dwarves are more like the true neutrals of the world.
Mhm.
Yeah, they don't fall on either side of the fence. They're hated by the draconians. They're hated by the elves. Okay, so they get it from all sides. So the gully dwarves really have a bad time in life.
Yep.
So yeah, we're in hiding.
Okay, so you're in hiding. You're staying in hiding. Yeah.
Yes.
You can see there's a few draconians kind of rummaging around in the ruins on the far side of the street, looking around, wondering if a couple of them did possibly 90% certain they saw somebody run over towards the ruins of the ancient tower.
Good. Just keep looking there.
In the meantime, you have about 20 gully dwarves who are doing a room-to-room, well, like house-to-house kind of thing, or shop-to-shop, or whatever they were before the cataclysm search of the ruins. And I say they are turning things over and they're searching around. And gully dwarves, they don't know what they're looking for, and they've been told to try and find something. So it's a little bit of like a comedy of errors and a little bit of chaos. And then one of them picks up a spoon and says, "Is this what he wants?" Yeah? One of them will shout, I found it, and find a broken bottle. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah? So they're not...
Yep. Yep.
Okay, so
No comment on that.
they've been instructed to find something. And they're
Failing
searching.
spectacularly at it.
Well, they think they're doing a marvellous job.
Right.
And yet you guys are making the argument that they're not gullible.
They're not gullible.
Yes.
They're just...
They're not gullible.
They're not gullible.
I'm sure you guys on that.
Judge, this way. They knew exactly what they were looking for. No one at all could tell them otherwise. The problem is that they don't know what they're looking for. And no one has explained it to them properly enough for them to comprehend it. So they've been told to look for something. but no one told them what they were looking for in a way that they could remember, recall, or use their mind to imagine it.
Or be familiar with, yeah.
They realistically don't know what they're looking for. Most at this point, my guess is that they're just looking for something out of place.
Yeah, it's like this.
But I mean, they were given the description of find her, right?
Well, yes, but what is her? What does her mean? And
Wouldn't they know from their gender? and
No,
stuff, or
no.
no, don't assume they know anything.
They don't. We talk.
They
We
might
talk.
think a bottle is a she.
They
You
don't
know.
have concepts of socialized gender.
They don't know what.
Like literally, there's this entire section of one of the books where you're literally just purely dealing with gully dwarves, and it makes your brain.
Well, it was not. Well, for me, I think that I can't get my words out. I was thinking that would have been a valuable question if they did kind of know that thing or not.
They don't know what a her is.
Right,
They don't know what a spoon
that is
is.
a valuable question. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is.
because I was wondering, would a gully dwarf know from what a she or a he is and all that? I mean, what's the kind of population thing with the gully dwarves anyway? Is it mostly males, or are they?
It's about half and half.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about half and half. But like the word her or him doesn't fall in their vocabulary. It doesn't fall into their dictionary because they don't have a vocabulary. They just have gully, another gully.
What, they don't call like the females gulliesses or anything like that?
No, just
No.
gully and another gully.
Okay.
Yeah.
A gully with 2 jugs.
Sally!
So that's what Zeddy's. There it goes. Didn't take long.
Yeah, that's what I... Okay, yeah, that didn't take her long at all.
That's a gully, another gully.
Yeah.
I'm
And,
thinking quite highly of them as well.
Thank God we do this at 9 in the afternoon in the UK.
Lord.
Pass the poor shit there.
Oh my god.
just
Well done, Sam.
But and like I say, they've been told to find her, and it's kind of like you have to remember that these people are only about 2.5 to 3 feet tall. They're very, very frightened, so they just ran off and gone looking for something, and they've got no clue what they're looking for. They've just been told to find something called her, or labelled as her. Now, her can be anything from a paper bag all the way through to an elephant. Yeah.
And now we wait and see if we get caught by gully dwarves. Continue.
That's right. So you can imagine the frantic chaos that's going on at the moment. So one shrieks and says, "I found a bottle." The other one shrieks and says, "Has got a spoon," because a gully dwarf doesn't know what a spoon is, or what a spoon's for. It could be a good shovel, or it could be very, very good at, like, I don't know, hooking things out of water.
Yeah.
So these gully dwarfs are being told to go and find her. Now these gully dwarfs usually just scour the city and just find shiny things, unusual stuff, colourful stuff, because they can exchange that for, like a bartering system, they can exchange for other things as well, usually food and things like that. They don't have a currency as such. Gully dwarfs don't have a currency. They could be sitting on an entire diamond mine, and they would not have any clue whatsoever about its worth. All they know fine well is that they can't eat it. Okay?
Yep.
That's why gully dwarfs usually come into the possession of a lot of magical items when they've got no clue what they are or what they're used for. And then when they do come into using items, they use them for things that they're not designed for. So you have an army of gully dwarfs running up the street wanting to know, trying to find her, and they're all frantically searching stuff. Like I said, they don't know what a her is, so you see one of them, Flint sees one, looking under a cup.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my favorite part of this episode. Other than the spoon, because that was just awesome.
A spoon, yeah. I found a spoon. Is this it? Once you're noticing that they're not making much progress along the street searching from building to building. That's because everything that they pick up, which is not rock, because they have a firm understanding what rock is. Yes, and water, and the primitive kind of stuff. They go running off back down the street saying that they found it, waving it above their heads, shrieking with delight, thinking they're going to get a nice reward.
Yes.
Yes. And
Probably getting yelled at, right?
Upon seeing this, Tanis has a better idea from his previous idea.
Okay. Ideas change.
So Tanis's idea is that next time we see the Gully Dwarfs looking for something, we approach the Gully Dwarfs and ask them if they found it yet. And if they say no, then we describe whatever it is the thing we're looking for is in exquisite detail and hope that they can find it and tell them that they need to bring it to us.
Oh dear.
Yee.
Oh dear. Just oh dear.
Okay. So you're sitting there.
So
Yeah.
are we good with this? Do you want to go this way forward, everyone? Yes, no?
I think that
Well,
would be an interesting idea to try.
Yeah, I'm not even there, so.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
And Tasselhoff can't say anything at the moment because Flint's hands over his mouth.
Yeah, we'll try that idea. Muffling Tess off.
Yes.
I mean, Tasselhoff will go like that.
Meanwhile, the other group have just stepped through a doorway created by Goldman. Goldman,
Yes.
you all step through the doorway, and Goldman, you instantly, like, it dawns on you that you've actually just created two doors in the same wall.
Yeah.
But you do notice that the spectral minions who were stood behind the counter seem to phase through the countertop, the wooden countertop. They seem to traverse through it, like ghost images. Yes, like solid objects won't stop them, but they don't follow you through the doorway.
Yes.
Yes, it's like in their realm of existence, that wall is still there.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good. That's good.
What
I will just turn and look to everyone and go, well, that didn't go as planned. I'm not too sure whereabouts we are now.
Right.
Okay, you are.
I think Riverwind's a little bit lost at the moment, going, but
But it looks like we've transported to another location through that
Well, you know,
doorway.
you're definitely either.
I know I'm in the location, but I just don't know where I
You're
am.
a bit above or below, because on the left-hand side of you, you can hear a cascading waterfall.
Is it like heavy that I can look over it, or
Well, it's over to this side here.
yeah.
like, if I walk, is the water rushing me down there, or like?
No, it's not deep.
It would
It's
rush-
not deep. It's just the sheer the sound of the water actually falling, because it is a considerable drop.
Mm.
Okay.
Let's have a quick look.
You have a quick look, and you can see that you're probably about 80 to 100 feet above the street where you were before, when you were when you
Do I see that elevator going up and down?
No, you can't see the elevator going up and down. Not from.
No, it probably might have been that the elevator thing might
Yeah,
have been like
not-
in the front.
It's
Not on
kind
the
of it's kind
side.
of around the side. You can't really see
Oh,
it,
okay.
but the water here is cascading down to this area here. So where you were before, yes,
Mhm.
on the street corner,
Oh, yeah.
watching the draconian talk to the dragon kind of thing, you can see that this cascading water is coming down on that kind of river that was congregating into the central plaza area.
Okay.
There.
Hmm?
There, you say, yeah.
Yes.
Feel
Okay.
blink here.
Yes, it's
Okay.
quite a drop. It's about 80 feet.
Well, that may answer your question.
Mm-hmm.
We're up. We're up. Looks like we're up like roughly.
80 feet.
What was it? 80 feet? Yeah.
80 to 100. You can't tell exactly without measurement tools.
Well, that's why I said roughly. So.
Well, we better find a way down. Let's see if there's a stairway.
Wait, wouldn't it be possible to use that spell again?
What spell?
The one that you just used.
To make a
Oh.
door? No, I can't make a door to another location. I can just open it from the opposite side of the wall. What transported us here was the spell that was in the first block. Now,
And we managed to be up here.
Yeah, well, it takes us to the room with the ghost, which is this room here, 576M5, whatever the black hand is.
It's 57A and 57B.
Yeah. So as we went in a room down here where the ruin is, that doorway takes us to these two rooms. Yeah.
Right. And we just exit out of them.
And I did a spell to get out of the room because there's only one way and they were going to kill us if we didn't pay up. And we don't have the currency.
Oh.
So I managed to get us out of the room twice.
Remind
Twice.
me, what currency were they asking for?
They wanted 500 clay seals, or clay tablets.
Clay seals.
Yeah, they're like a small
Yeah, it's
little
old
thumbprint. It's an old-fashioned currency, probably about 350 years ago, before the Cataclysm.
Yeah, Riverwind's like, how the fuck are we gonna find those?
We're not, that's why I got out the door.
I know, but we don't know what that type of currency is.
Yeah,
And they explained us to all that, and that's why I got us out. So we're actually out in the hallway now, and they're not following us. They're stopped.
So they're stuck in that room.
They're stuck in the room. Their deaths are there. That's where they linger.
So
Linger.
part of my question is, how the hell are we going to get back down to the ground floor?
Now we look for stairway.
Stay away.
And if there isn't,
We'll find a new way down.
good luck. Thanks in body voice, we're gonna need it.
Okay, so yeah, you're in this. It's quite a large squarish kind of plaza in front of the taxation office, and you turn around and you can see there's a sign above the building itself, and you can see it is of a balancing scale kind of thing, and it's got written on it in some kind of like oldish kind of writing, taxation office.
Damn it, I don't have my character fluff.
That's
right, I'm pretty sure
it's
we won't be
got
able to read it,
taxation.
don't worry.
I'll tell you when you character sheets. It's got taxation office written across the top of it. You can see where it is. Up ahead of you can see that there's a very narrow street. It's only about 5-10 feet wide, and that leads off.
Is this
to
all wall here? Sorry.
Yeah, this is all wall. Sorry, this is all sealed up. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to start walking because otherwise I'm just going to be standing in the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm staying alongside Goldman,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. You're in water at the moment. Not very deep, probably about 3-4 inches.
Oh,
what
yeah.
like what by our ankles or something? Or?
Yeah, it's up by your ankles. Yeah, the water seems to be coming through this wall somehow. Not too sure how, but it's coming through this wall. And then just running straight past you, and then going off the edge of this, the end of where used to be the remainder of the street, and cascading down into this area here.
This area,
if you kind of look very carefully, you can see how this used to be part of that. Yeah, yeah. This used to be part of that, and it's subsequently this has fallen much further than this part of the old city streets.
Right.
Okay.
I would just simply put it to the group. Anyone else got any ideas then?
Well, we're definitely not going down that way.
I would just look through, see what's here.
We might as well.
Going which way?
This way.
Down the main street?
Yeah.
Hold on. I want to cast a spell.
Ooh, okay.
What you casting?
Level 1 spell, Detect Magic.
On?
The corridor. Like, the one that
it's
would
not
be
even-
heading
Yeah, it's
down.
kind of like a street thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you're casting a spell,
Sorry,
yeah?
just making a note of that. Yep, casting a spell. So, are we, the green one?
Hey?
You don't need a roll.
Solely the green
You
one?
don't need a roll.
Oh, I don't
You don't need to
roll?
roll. You don't need to roll for a spell. No, you just
Oh,
cross it off.
whatever.
Your limitations for spells is how many you can actually cast.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's a level 1
If you're
spell.
casting it on a target,
and-
like on an actual living creature, then yes, they do get saving throws. But if you're just casting it on yourself, where willing target, or on a general object or area, in other words, an animate object, then the spell goes off anyway.
Okay.
Yep. Because they can't stop it.
Yeah,
Is there
the
an
wolves
area
aren't going to say, I'm not going
size?
to do that. Hey?
Like, is there an area size that he can cast it into, or like,
It's
is it
easier. It's a
duration?
proximity. It's a proximity. It's instant, and he'll just cast it, and then I'll get the information back, and that's pretty much it. So long as it's not a huge area, yeah.
It doesn't last for a long, like a period of time, or
No, it doesn't.
you
Really,
can't move. You like Essence Hand, you know, you can't move it around like that.
You can't concentrate on it. Let's have a look. I don't think so. I think it's just basically I just want to cast a spell on it, and it'll just come out like that. What's the name of the
Right.
spell?
Detect magic.
What level is it?
Level 1.
Level
Level
1
1.
detect magic.
No,
I think it's just
so I can read it up as well.
it's a low level spell. I'm sure it's just going to go.
Is there magic? Yes or no?
Detecting
Pretty
magic. The
much.
range is 0. Okay. The duration is 2 rounds per level.
I
So that's how long it lasts for.
currently
Level 4. So you've got 8 rounds of it.
4.
8 rounds of it.
Is all.
Okay. Casting time is 1, so it's pretty much like straight away. The area effect is 10 foot path, 60 foot long.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he's detecting the
It's-
corridor, is
You,
that right?
you can detect magic 60 foot ahead of you and like 10 foot, so 5 foot either way, left or right. Yes?
Mm.
So you can imagine like
Okay.
straight ahead of you, 10 foot either way. But normally I just say what you're going to concentrate on, it'll tell you any what it is. The detect magic spell is cast. The wizard detects magical radiation in the path of a 10 foot wide, 60 feet long, directly in front of the caster. The intensity of the magic can be determined as either dim, faint, moderate, strong, or overwhelming. It's kind of like an aura kind of thing, like a halo.
Yeah.
And the
I'll make
wizard,
sure I'm out of his field.
yeah, and it's a 10% chance per level recognizing what type of magic it is. So it's either a case of yes, it's magic, and I'll tell you whether it's healing magic, or if it's offensive magic, or trap magic, or whatever it is, that kind of thing. If you're casting it on a particular person or an object, an intelligent object, then it does get a save and throw. It's pretty much straightforward. Okay, you're casting your spell, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, there's nothing magical on the street itself.
Okay. If I look to the right when walking down the street, so if I look
And now position yourself.
maybe about here, if I look to this direction.
Hey?
45? No, 55B.
54B.
54B, so. Why did 55?
55,
Looking
I
at the
think.
number.
I think you're in 55.
Oh, there we go.
You're in 55, yes.
It all makes sense.
It all makes the sense.
Alright, Jai.
Yes.
You're under the impression that there is a radiant of magic coming from this particular room, but because you can't see through brick walls, you don't know what type it is. But there is some kind of magic within this area, in this proximity. As you're walking through this, you are it comes across everybody that this is what is pretty much left. This area here is pretty much left of Zaktathroth's city cathedral.
Can I tell what, type of magic?
Theatre.
Can I tell what type of magic is as I'm feeling?
No, you can just tell that there is a form of magic.
Powerful, not powerful, moderately
non-threatening, non-threatening, moderate.
Okay.
It's a non-threatening kind of. Bearing in mind you're inside the city's old cathedral, it's a non-threatening passive magic. It's not massively powerful. It's not like wow. It's like like the One Ring kind of thing. It's just there's a presence of magic there. It's very subtle.
Let's move on.
Okay.
I say this to the group. after
You've kind of got to
casting.
check in there anyway to find out if there's a way down. So,
Well, yeah.
Is he standing in front of a door?
No.
Oh, it's just a wall, is it?
No, I was just like walking and I kind of turned, looked to that path, and then
Oh, I thought there was a door there. Sorry.
said,
Okay.
let's move on. Like, I've
No,
not told you guys anything. I'm not saying
No, I
that
thought there was a
whether-
door there. I thought you looked towards the door and then continued walking off from
Well,
the
when-
door.
Wait, there's a
I'm
wall.
restless.
There's a wall.
When Whisper
Yeah.
said I can't see through brick walls, I'm assuming there's no
No,
door.
there's no door. I mean, there is doors further along. There's doors left and right. But in this area here, this actual zone here, there is a non-threatening, moderate essence of magic being detected. But you can't tell what type it is because there's a brick wall in the way.
Pesky things, those brick walls.
The idea is that there is an aura builds up around the object, and depending on the brightness and intensity and the colour of that aura, you can determine from that the type of magic that it is. Because he can't see the aura, he can't fully determine what type it is, or how strong it is. But he knows there is a magical presence from behind this wall.
Okay, no worries. We continue until we get to a doorway.
And I'm not telling you nothing.
Don't have to. I mean, I didn't have to stop and wait. I could have continued walking on.
just
So
kept
perhaps
going.
I'm in front of. Yeah, perhaps we're in front of him if he didn't bother saying stop. Then
Nope. Didn't bother
so
saying
we're
so.
in front. We're at the door then, while he stood by a wall.
Cameron would have stopped. I didn't. Is Cameron with us?
Yeah, he's with us. He would have stopped halfway now. I
He would
suppose
have stopped.
he wouldn't have stopped right next to you. He would have just.
I'm gonna say to Cameron, I think there's like, I put my hand on the wall and say I feel magic behind this wall, but I don't think it's of any use to us. It seems benign.
I don't know what that word means.
I'm just gonna say this out of character. What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's Caramon.
Caramon's slow and trust. Caramon's the gullible one.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't know what that
But
word
that
means
does
anyway.
not make him stupid.
No, but he wouldn't know what that word means, would he?
No.
Maybe.
No,
I
not
don't
really. You
think
have a
he's-
point.
I don't think
No,
half the
right,
party
this
would know
is
what that
out
word.
of character. Aren't we looking for benign magical something right now?
Yeah.
You'd understand the word
Yeah.
magical.
No.
Fucking hell.
No, that was directed at Jai.
What?
We are looking for something that is benign and magical, are we not?
Yeah, but
Maybe we are.
We've got to go through that room anyway.
But
When you're going down
does,
this
does the Fae
kind of street
honestly think a Raceland will care about something that is so benign?
I'll get to the first door.
Depends upon if it's the object he's looking for or not.
There's a couple of doors to the left-hand side as you're going down the street, but there's no longer any doors on them. You can see that these are just parts of the cathedral, like structure
Right.
itself,
Right.
that's fallen away into the chasm below. Yeah, it's
I mean,
kind of like
we'll have a quick
down.
look in there, see if
down
there's
this
anything. But it just looks like it's completely snapped off almost.
It's
fallen down.
completely smashed off. Yes, you can see. Actually, looking through the doorway, you can see the chain of the cauldron that you guys came down.
How
on.
far is the chain
It's about 40-50 feet.
away? So maybe not a running jump.
Maybe not
Well,
a running.
mind you, running jump plus 80 feet almost is from the bottom. Angle.
Angle versus
No jump.
velocity versus weight and
See.
thrust.
I mean, I'll make it.
No.
I'm going to go into the room at 54A.
Okay, there's a doorway on the right hand side, yes, and there's a door.
I'm heading into 54A.
Looking at the 54A, wrestling,
Shit. Yes.
you can see there's a bookshelf. It's quite a large bookshelf. As this was an actual monastic building kind of thing, like a monastery type building. There's a lot of books still lined on the back shelf on the northern wall. Some of their spines seem to be stained with some kind of a green fungus because they've been down here for 3.5 centuries. There's a rich, musty smell of rotting paper as you enter into the room.
Love that smell.
Like a very,
I'm just gonna
very
say,
old
yeah.
library.
Okay, can I like shift some of the moss off of the books?
Well, fungus. Yeah, you pick up a couple of books. The first two you pick up disintegrate. But there
What
is
do
a
the
few.
books look like? Sorry. Like, did they hit on their spines? What did they have written on them, or look at them?
That's what I'm saying. Like, can I move the moss off of
The
the
fungus
spines
is kind of,
the
some of them are
books?
stained, some of them they've been down here for 3.5 centuries, so some of them are going to be well destroyed. However, a good portion of them seem to be still actually, like, just a little bit of dusty. They wouldn't look out of place in the Tower of High Sorcery library or anything like that. Underused.
Can I take these books?
They're quite
Like,
large.
I think most of us have been in there.
Can I like
Chapter on
read
reading
them? Can I read? If I read like their title, would I know them to be books of magic?
Magic for Dummies, Part 1.
Pretty much.
There's no magic for dummies. No, I'm sorry. However, there is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Magic for dummy
5.
priestesses.
There's 5 books. There's 5 books you can. There's 5 books that look intact.
Okay.
Stupid
Can I read the titles of them?
You can. Does anybody else want to do something while Raistlin is inspecting these huge, humongous books? I mean, each one of them is going to weigh
Wait,
at
how
least.
big are they?
They're quite large. If anybody's seen an old medieval Bible, then you'll have a firm understanding of how big these books are.
Oh, gotcha.
Still size books.
Probably. Anyway, I think I'm going to scout up ahead to see, like, like up ahead, like this way.
Okay, Riverwind is going up further up the.
I'll let Riven know that I'll be in the library room as well, the book room, and I'll look around the book room, see if there's any other entrances.
As Goldmoon informs Riverwind,
Calamon, who
Riverwind
is
replies.
just outside the door as well.
Riverwind replies, "Just be careful, okay? Don't want anything happening
Just
to
be
you
careful.
right
You got
now."
wrestling in a library.
No, not to Raceland, to Goldmoon.
Oh, Gold Moon. Be careful. Wrestling's in a
Yes.
library. Okay.
No, no. I said. Let me start that again. When Riverwind hears Goldmoon saying that she's going into the library, Riverwind replies, "Okay, but just be careful. We don't want anything bad happening to you right now."
Okay. Gold Moon.
Thumbs up, nods head.
Unbelievable women.
Unbelievable.
Good conversation. Yep.
Okay. Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm basically scouting up ahead around this area and possibly this room.
Okay.
So
Make you up that road. Excellent. Yeah. The first book. I'm gonna read these books out one at a time.
Okay.
And then it's up to you whether you want to keep any of the books, and then if you do want to keep any of the books, you have to decide on whom's going to carry these books, because they are considerably large and quite considerably heavy.
Caramon.
not surprised.
I don't think Caramon. Oh, Caramon could. I thought you said yourself. Caramon could if he's up to it. But he's also our tank. Do you want your books in danger of being held by a tank?
Here's the thing. Don't worry about that, because whenever he goes into battle, he will drop it as well. So
Yeah, we know what happens
you
when
might
you drop
not remember to
items.
pick it up occasionally.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be giving it to Caramon for now.
Okay. The first book is called Humor and the Lance of Dragons.
Yeah, you should get it.
Next book.
And by Huma, H-U-M-A, not H-U-M-E-R.
Humor and the Lance of Dragons. The next one's called Tales of the Greystone Wars.
Sounds like a historical volume. What is the last book?
Oh, the last book is called the Iconocronus, Volume 2.
That's a
that
sixth
sounds
book.
like, yeah, it sounds like it's full of spells as well.
Can you not take two, or is it just basically just you are allowed to have one?
If they're the equivalent of medieval Bibles, which is the best description that Whisper gave us for them, they are known to be extremely goddamn heavy. Like,
so basically, we are only able to take one.
pretty much.
Okay, that's
Okay,
the
I
first
just
one, the
wanted
second one, the
to
last one. Yeah.
Make sure, you know. So
Okay.
Can I just get a word check on something? You said humorous.
No, humor.
No.
Definition?
Humor.
Huma.
Yeah.
It's a name of a hero.
Name for hero. Huma and the Lance of Dragons. You got the second book. That was the first book. The second book is the Tales of the Greystone Wars, and the last book is called the Iconocronius, Volume 2.
So, now I'm really torn because
Now there was 5 books. Remember, there's 5 books.
Oh right, sorry. What are the others?
You have
Because
the
I only asked. Well, I only thought there was 3 there, so I was like, "What's the first, second, and the last one?" So, what are the other 2?
okay. The third one is the Chronicle of Kith Kanan,
Okay.
and the fourth one is the Gods of Kryn.
Okay.
They are considerably large and considerably heavy.
Okay,
Wait.
so I don't honestly think we're going to need to carry a book around about the gods. So I point to the one about the gods, and if where is Goldman? Yeah.
Outside.
she
No,
she
no,
should
I'm
be
in the
like
room.
right
Are you in the room?
behind.
Are you in the
Yeah,
room?
yeah, she's in the
I'm walking around
room,
seeing
so
what's
she
there.
would have been like.
Okay, in the room.
You know.
I'm not right next to him. I'm walking around the room just seeing what else is there, sort of thing. So if there's any like cases or anything like that.
No,
I'm
there's another
looking in
doorway. There's another doorway leading out of this room.
there. Is there no like
I turn to
ornament
Goldman.
stuff?
No ornaments. No, there's no ornaments. No.
display case. or anything
Guys,
like that?
Jai's trying to speak.
I know, but I just want to make sure what my character's seeing first before anything happens.
No.
Okay.
I turn to Goldman and say to her, "There's a book here about the gods of Kryn, but I do believe this particular book will be of no use to us on our travels. And since it's survived a good possible centuries down here, I don't see why it can't survive a few centuries more.
Why bring this up then?
Well, I'm just letting you know what's here."
Well,
If you want to read it.
okay.
So I moved that book to the side. What was the history volume 1, book 2?
Guess I'll go through the door
The
anyway.
what?
Yeah, book 2.
The Iconocronus.
No, 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 no,
Sexy
no, 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 no.
What?
The
No,
one
one of the-
after the
Oh,
Dragonlance. and the
Tales of the
Heroes.
Greystone Wars.
Right. I then point to this book and say to anybody who wishes to listen, this one feels like, well, this one seems like it could be a historical volume on a great battle that was once fought in Kryn. Again, something that would possibly not be all that useful to us. I move that to the side. Number 5?
While he does his books, I will go through the door.
Okay.
You can go through the door if you want.
The
Herman's still
Iconocronus.
together.
yeah.
The Iconocronus. Volume 2.
Okay, I say kind of out loud, I'm torn between this 5th book and the first book that we've encountered here, because the first book is one of, well, it speaks about a Dragonlance,
Yes.
Who won the Dance of
And-
Dragons? Yeah.
a possible, the hero who used the Dragonlance, so we might be able to find some clues if we ever have to fight dragons. Which, let's face it, considering that we actually had to fight a dragon on our way in here, would probably be pretty useful.
Probably.
But this last book seems like it could be filled with useful spells, and being a mage, that is slightly more appealing to me than finding a lance to basically plunge into a dragon's heart.
But I'm willing to bet that Caramon's with you. And
Yes.
probably be very interested in the lance.
Yes. So I turn to Caramon.
Nice the ideal weapon.
I turn to Caramon and say, Well, brother, I feel we should take, and I point to the volume 2.
I have a quick question, yeah?
Okay.
Can Caramon actually read?
Yes,
Oh yeah,
He
read.
can?
Yeah, he can read.
Okay.
you can read.
So as
might
soon
not
as you
read.
said Lance book,
Caramon's
then
not
he might
reading.
have picked up the
He's
Lance book. No, I just didn't know because there's only a certain amount of people that can read in Dragonlance. I know that they're not well educated, like reading,
No,
writing,
he
all
can
that
read. There's a
crap.
difference between reading and a difference between reading and understanding.
Yes, he can't. He can't deeply comprehend books, but he can read them, so he can get around. He was raised by 2 very, 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 very bright siblings.
Yes.
That's fine. I just didn't know if he could. So he probably would have picked the book up as soon as you said Dragonlance.
The
Because,
book it weighs
weapons.
about £10. Yeah.
Okay, he probably would have tried to pick the book up straight away. Oh, £10, he can pick it up.
Yeah, I was about to say that as well.
He can pick up
That's-
£10. Yeah, pick up £10.
That's less than a small child.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
pick
puts
up
it
a
on the
small
table.
kid.
Is there a reading table?
There's no reading table now.
Oh, okay. He puts it on the
So-
floor and starts trying to flick through it while the other guy is talking. Gracelyn, that was it.
Yeah.
Gracelyn, your brother.
Yeah, we've only been together for our whole lives and blah de blah.
And our twins.
And our twins, thank you. So I'm pointing to the Necronomicon thing and saying, I think we should be taking this book with us because it seems like it could be filled with valuable spells, and who knows what types of magics we're going to need later on down the line.
The Iconocronus.
But
Would you like me to get it off for you so you can read it to make sure?
that's a good idea.
Okay, I get that book down and put it on the floor so you can read it as well.
Okay. This huge slab
I'll
of
go
a
back
book.
to my pictures.
It's volume 2. It's a huge slab of a book, and you just put it down on the floor.
Yes.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna hold it in the air.
No. Okay. While you are busily trying to decide and read your way through these books, it's going to take a considerable length of time to actually read these books cover to cover. Probably the best part of a month.
Well, I'm just wanting to have a quick look into mine to see if it is like a spell book.
Contents. Indexes.
Pretty much.
The Iconocronus Volume 2 is a it's an account of world history.
Bollocks to that, it's not going with us.
It's an account of world history.
Can they possibly take it back to the accountants and say, here, look, this is accounting. You guys love this stuff.
No.
Yeah,
It's not that way an account, but it's a history journal. Basically, a day-to-day history of everything that's happened in Middle Earth from a previous date to in Kryn, from a previous date to another previous date.
Okay.
I'm not up there with them. Who's the author?
The author is Astenius.
What the fluffy?
Tennis isn't up there with you guys to smack your faces.
Oh,
Or wouldn't
shit.
the mage guy know who this author is?
Yeah, probably.
Yes, Raceland should know who this author is.
Yeah.
Raceland should very much know who this author is. Here, I will pass this
You
information
pass that
on
on
to
to
him because
Wrestling.
this is information he's known prior to the story.
Why Cameron's reading his book? What's Riverwind doing?
Riverwind is venturing off and checking out one of the other kind of small areas as well. You can see that the path ahead of you seems to drop off suddenly. It's like stops becoming a street and suddenly turns into what is now like an open kind of underground chasm kind of thing. Without any structure or anything like that. There is a floor in there, but it's quite a drop to it. It's about 10 feet drop to it. On the left hand side you can see what is left of a bakery, an old town bakery. In the far corner of this room here, you can see that there's a sewer tube of fitted stone breaking through the ceiling, like an underground sewer. The sewer system's cracked, and then the part of the city has fallen, and the sewer's kind of like slid and fell and crashed in through the roof. Water's trickling down through the tube onto the floor, and is streaming out the door.
Would I get like a rough estimated guess that it would be the kind of same sewage pipe as what we were discussing before?
It looks very much similar, but any city sewer kind of looks like a city sewer. You can't really tell from inspection whether it leads to.
What I mean is, would it kind of look like possibly the one from the top when like
it definitely goes
some
up.
of us were?
It definitely goes up. Whether it joins up or whether it's the same one, not too sure where it comes from.
Riverwind is going to assume that could be.
It could be
the
a way
pipe
back
thing.
up. On the floor, on the south, on the south wall, there is some sacks, and there is a lot of flies buzzing around these sacks, and a kind of a rotting smell coming from it.
Or like dead bodies.
More like rotten bread kind of thing, like still flour. Yeah.
I don't think that'll be a safe cushioning floor then.
No.
Because there could be one way down, if not.
You can see that anybody sliding down the tube would crash into the rotten sacks of flour and bread.
I wouldn't be
Makes for a
surprised
very
if
squishy landing.
That's what I mean. I don't think it'll be much of a comfortable landing.
Makes for a very squishy landing, yes.
What did you say?
Okay. Crisis has been averted. Jai is now made aware of what the book is.
Oh, okay. Crisis has been averted. I
What
don't know if
did
it was
you
a
say
crisis.
Yes, crisis.
What did I say? What?
He almost left the book behind.
I see, Lee.
That's right. What did you say this was here?
Oh,
This
it's
cavity?
it's kind of like it's a cavity in the rock face itself. It's like an open chasm.
So it's nothing to do with the building. It seems to have been open. And
It's a
Like
chasm,
like
and
an underground
apparently part
cave
of it
kind of
goes
thing, like a
down.
natural
Yeah.
natural structure kind of thing, with the city's fallen into.
okay.
Just a gaping
Yeah.
hole.
And is it a slight incline or is it like a drop?
It's
I would have thought drop.
it's more of like a kind of like an underground cave, an underground pothole kind of thing.
So it's
Yeah.
spelunking time.
It's what?
Is it like if you were going down it, you would be spelunking?
Yeah, pretty much.
Spelunk-
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean?
It's like underground
Spelunking
caving.
is when you dive into caves, hun.
Yeah, it's cave diving.
It's cave diving.
Oh,
So instead of climbing up the rock face, you would climb in the cave and go down and.
Underground.
Underground cave climbing.
I have never heard such a word. I don't think before.
There you go.
Huh?
Yeah.
I think there's a game that's even called Spelunky.
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
And
Couple
Batman
of them,
says it.
actually.
Well, I don't. Well, I've been under a rock for way too long then.
Yes. Yes, you have.
Whisper,
Okay, now.
Mhm.
can you send me the name of the book that I am currently reading, please, in a tell?
Yes.
Just so that I have the correct spelling.
I will try. Okay, you guys back down on the ground floor.
Yes.
The gully dwarves are now like the draconians have kind of lost faith in the gully dwarves. They are finding everything from I don't know what to somewhere else, and they're bringing them all sorts. A fight has broken out between two gully dwarves, who claim to have found the same object at exactly the same time. Okay,
Okay.
and they both want to take credit for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just pass this on to.
Honestly, guys, if this cabin doesn't lead down, I have no idea how to get down. Other than jumping off the bloody waterfall.
Well, that's not going to be a very safe splash, now would it?
I mean, I'll be okay.
Okay, you got that one, Jai?
What about me?
I can't settle for anything else for anyone else.
Okay, so you guys down here. Flint has still got Tasselhoff like under quiet wraps at the moment. The Draconians seem to have like disappeared. Not entirely disappeared. We still catch a glimpse of them like just looking around the ancient the ancient tower, but several of them seem to have disappeared.
Hopefully for good.
You catch the conversation saying, where's the other ones gone? Where's the other ones gone? And they seem to have gone into one of the portal holes that the other half of your team ran into.
Just so you know, I did close the door and completely removed it. It wasn't just left there. We said that last
Both of
session.
them.
Wait, really? You did that?
I guess so.
Okay.
Right, against my spell, I can counter it. I presume. If not, I just shift it back into wall again.
Well, for me, my head has a gap in this kind of thing because remember, like last time, I wasn't
There
feeling
was
too
two
great,
holes.
so I don't know everything.
There was 2 holes in the wall.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely said I closed one of them.
2 holes in the same wall, and you definitely closed one of them.
No, one was on the left, one was on the right.
It's the same wall.
Anyway,
Still, I made it on 2 different separate walls. Whether it came out of the same place, not my fault.
anyway, continuing on.
Yeah, you can see there's a little small fight broken out between 2 gully dwarfs who seem to be claiming credit for finding something between them at exactly the same time. One of them shouting, "I found it! No, I found it! I found it! No, I found it! It's mine! I found it! You didn't find it! I saw it first!" Well, these 2 gully dwarfs are kind of fighting. All the other gully dwarfs are running from one side of the street to the other side of the street. Seem to be running in and out. And a little bit of chaos has kind of taken over, because when somebody claims to have found something, what they seem to be doing now is stopping searching where they're searching and running over to where the search place was, where the other gully dwarfs seem to have found something, thinking they're going to find exactly the same object.
Oh dear.
Okay? So, gully dwarves are doing what they usually do, and they do very, very best, is when somebody finds something really, really good, their first instinct is, where did you find that? I'm going to find myself one.
Yep.
Okay, so they're running from one side of the street. As soon as somebody shouts, "I found it," and then comes running out and shows everybody kind of all piles into the location. Like, the first thing to say is, "Where did you find that?" And then they point, and then all the gully dwarfs seem to run into the one building and set about almost destroying that building, trying to find exactly the same thing as what the first gully dwarf found. They're not exactly methodical in their search patterns. The fact that they are searching is progress. Okay?
Yes.
You guys downstairs can all see this happening. Even Tass can see it, although you still have your hand over Tass's mouth. Tass's mouth's now starting to form a little bit.
Because he's not happy.
He's starting to wriggle. And now he's resorted to licking your fingers.
I wiped it on his face. He can keep his saliva.
Okay.
As the continued fighting, it's just stopped. Put on, like, any licking he does, I put it back on him. Like, just stop.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's resorted to licking your fingers.
Of course he does.
Okay, so what are you guys doing? I mean, he's still sat there just waiting, watching these blue dwarfs running
Literally,
in
Tannis and
absolute
just
chaos
watching us
at the
babble
moment.
around like stupid children.
I'm just. Yeah. At this point, I wish there was a mage to keep Task quiet. But we don't have one at the moment, so I'm sorry for your hand.
Are they the fall down the bottom? Are they able to leave the place then without being seen if the gully dwarfs are constantly like running into rooms and
Yeah,
not paying
it's
attention?
like
We could technically leave where we are. It'd make it much harder for you guys to find us, but we
Wasn't there
technically leave.
15 draconians chasing us? And if you said half the group split up, and half the group's gone up to where we are supposedly?
Well,
Where's
they
the
were
other
scouting around the ruins. They were scouting around these ruins, yes.
But there
There
was
seems to
15
be
of them.
fewer
wasn't
of them. Yeah, there seems to be fewer of them now scouting around the ruins. Not all of them. There still seems to be fewer of them. And a couple of them are quizzing each other, saying, "Oh, have you seen like this draconian or that draconian?" And they said, "Oh, he was checking out that building over there." And they seem to be pointing to one of the stone structures with the doorways in them.
Right.
Yeah, so they're nowhere near us for some reason.
Okay.
So. They saw you guys, but not us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't know why they saw me. I was like,
Meanwhile, down
"Do
that,
you?"
yeah, because the downside this side, this part of the street is a gully dwarf. Is like there's fight broken out between two gully dwarfs who seem to have found the object exactly the same time and both claiming credit. And the other one coming out said, "I found it." Yeah, and his other gully dwarfs ran over and said, "Oh, that's amazing. Where did you find it?" And he said, "I found it in there." And he says, "Right, I'm going to get me one." And he runs in, and all the other gully dwarfs all want one as well, and they've all ran into the same building on the other side of the street. They don't know what they're looking for. They haven't got a clue what they're looking for. They just all want one.
Mm-hmm.
And we still watch and we wait. And I fiddle around with Tussle.
Fiddling around with Tusslelf, eh?
It's basically fiddling.
Tasselhoff is licking your fingers at the
Confuffle.
moment. He's like trying to stick his tongue. Tasselhoff is sticking his tongue between his lips, and you can feel Tasselhoff's tongue like lapping around your fingers.
Grab hold of it and pinch it really hard.
Because why not?
With all the saliva in place, hell yeah, I would do that. Squidge all that saliva back at it. You can have it back.
Ew.
Your hand is wet and slippery now, like very slimy.
I know. That's literally me. Until a gully dwarf comes our way.
Good dwarves are running backwards and forwards now, all over the place. Okay, so you're staying put, yes?
Yes. We're still staying put.
Still staying put. Okay. Gold Moon,
Gosh.
you were in this room, and you said you were going to go through this doorway.
Yeah.
Okay, you go through this doorway, and you are in. You see in front of you. You can see that this is a 30-foot by 40-foot kind of square room. It's quite clean. It's not very bright though, but in front of you can see a large golden chair. And floating above the chair seems to be some kind of spectral apparition of a human, very old human. Who seems to be just hanging there, in a radiant blue, but he has very long robes. Has a beard.
I will turn back to the old man, dead coffin guy, Graceland, that's his name.
Dead coffin guy?
I couldn't think of his
Dead
name.
coffin.
It's been a while.
Well, that's one way to put it.
I will turn to him and go, "Hey, there's a magic man here."
I'm glad you figured out that I'm a mage.
No, I'm in here. Floating above a chair.
No,
You're
yeah.
seeing things.
Okay. I'm going to step into the room.
You step into the room. There's no ill effect of stepping into the room, but you can see that there's a very elderly kind of looks like possibly a high priest or maybe a high-ranking clergy person, wearing robes, long robes, but they all seem to be shimmering kind of like a light bluish kind of neon effect aura. And he's floating above his golden throne by at least 4 or 5 feet.
Was he got legs crossed, or has he got no legs, or?
No, you can't. You can't. He's got long robes on. He's got like a long skirt, long robes. You can't see his feet. You can just see just the spectral apparition, like of the robes themselves, just swirling around from his waist down over. His hands are hanging by his side, and he can see you, and he's looking at you, but he's very quiet. He's not saying anything.
I will almost like go in front of him and kneel like I'm praying almost, or bowing, not bowing, but praying, like go to a knee. Does that make sense?
Basically, like a proposal kneel or something.
not quite
Or
proposal,
prayer
because I'm a lady.
kneel.
I think prayer kneel, that's
Prayer
it. 'Cause
kneel.
I'm a lady, so I would go down on both knees.
Okay, you hear like a voice talk to you, but it's not coming from the person. It is coming from the person, but it seems to be emanating from the walls of the room. And you hear this voice say, "I am Osimas. It is my vow to answer one final last question before I leave this place. Ask, and yours is the answer."
So I want to ask him a question. Can I please get Raceland at least?
No, I asked. I'm not leaving now.
You can ask
Do we
one
hear
one
this
question,
Right,
and then
what's
he
his
will
name?
answer it. His
Do we
name
hear
is
this commotion?
it's coming from the room, but it's coming just to Goldmoon.
So we don't hear it then.
If you're not
Yeah.
in the room, you can't hear it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're in this side room here, so she's like in here. I'm assuming we're in here.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
sound
so you
doesn't
can't
travel.
hear it.
The sound doesn't travel. The only way you can
So we
hear
have a
it.
wall between us.
I went through another door,
Yeah,
didn't
but
I?
wall
Yeah.
in the door. Yeah, a wall in the door, but it's not. It's not that kind of. It doesn't have the same physical properties of sound. It doesn't travel. It just seems to be in that room itself, and anybody in that room can hear it. Anybody outside the room doesn't hear it. It's a magical sound. He says his name is Osimas. Ossamis.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yep. And it is his vow to answer one final question before he leaves this place. Ask, and you shall be given the answer. It's kind of a one-shot deal.
Yeah, I gathered.
God. He seems. It looks like he was the previous clergy person of this cathedral church building ruin that you have found yourselves in.
So I get one. This isn't me asking to so you know, I'm just speaking out loud. I don't want to say so. I get one question, and he goes, "Yes, I'm by."
Yeah, exactly that. So
I get one question.
one question, and he will answer it.
The most important question at the moment that I need answered.
Will I ever get a...
Okay, let's just discuss
do we
this
go
out of
down?
character.
Will I die
at the
alone?
moment. Okay, let's just discuss this out of character at the moment and think. So,
Will you become God?
no, Zelly. just no to that
I
one.
need
It's a bit
to phrase
boring.
something in the way of getting past this dragon to get the item I need. Like, how do we deal with the dragons or things that I need? I phrase it in a way.
I'm more interested in how we find the bloody thing.
I already know where it is. I've told you this.
Well, I don't
Sounds-
know as a player, so you
I
need
don't know
to
if
fill
you
me
want.
in
I don't know
here.
if you want to like
It's-
have a meeting with everybody and decide on what the question's going to be, but you get one shot at this question, and then he will
Down
leave.
here.
Hey?
Beyond the dragon's lair, where the thing is I need to go. Well, I
Beyond
know
the
where to go. I know where the
Right.
dragon's lair is.
Okay. So we don't need to ask him that particular question.
I need to know how to get past the dragon.
Well, that is
But
a good.
wait, it's like I don't want to say how do I get past the dragon? Go around him. Well, that doesn't really help. You know?
So
I need to
make
let's,
it way
let's,
clearer.
let's go under the assumption that when we find the dragon, we're going to go up against it. So maybe asking him, is there a way to defeat the dragon?
Yes.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, but in a better method.
Great
than
power.
just- Okay, maybe you can ask him, is there a way of what way is there of disabling this dragon so that I can get past it to get what I need? Or
Yeah, just give me a list of like blindness, deafness,
Just to
silence.
add on to this actual complication.
well, you're
is-
asking for theories and I'm giving you one.
Yeah, add
Why
on to this
not?
complication is it doesn't have to be Goldmoon who asks the question.
Bollocks.
But no one else is in the room. I did ask for one of them to come in, but
I'm scouting ahead at the moment, so
Yeah, you found a bakery in an open like cave area.
Hmm.
And a sewer pipe that seems to be used as some kind of like shooting system from getting from one place to another and then crashing onto a pile of old sacks of flour. Very squishy.
Okay, like, everybody as a player here at the moment, we're just, like, discussing it as players. What do you think is the most important thing that we need to do at the moment?
Well, I think we all need to be very, like, the ones that are in the Goldmoonish area need to be extremely careful for one, what they say. In other words, don't form any kind of question thing that you're going to speak out loud. Like, if you're going to form a sentence, don't let it be in a question.
I'll give you a tip. If you're in the room and ask them the question, then it will be taken. If you're outside the room, then it won't be.
Yeah, I would suggest for Goldmoon to back up for now.
Why? I mean, I thought we were just literally going to be talking about this instead. And now you want me to
No,
come back out
I'm
of the
saying
room.
for you with your character, if you
She's
do
not
not
said anything
know how to answer a question, then I would suggest moving Goldmoon back.
I mean, I can ask a question that I want, but it may not help the party. That's the only problem.
Exactly.
But then do I really care about the party? Maybe playing Goldmoon, but no, I'm still Lee.
Lee, come on, please.
That thing that Burning posted on iGame the other day there. Whisper.
Yeah, no.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's your healer right there.
Yeah.
Baby,
Lee, I don't trust you for some odd reason now.
That's alright.
Now,
And
like,
that's not funny.
If Lee's got a good question that he wants to ask that he feels could probably help the party or help his character specifically, I think he should take that option. But the big thing is, it's gotta be a good question. Yeah, like don't think small.
Okay, well, out of everything then, everyone keeps saying it's got to be a good question and you want to second guess myself and all that. So what do you
I'm
reckon?
not. I don't want
Very
you to
quickly, what is the one question you guys would ask me? All of you, that is a Flint group as well.
Oh,
Flint group as well, and Tasloff.
Yep.
I know what Tasloff will be asking.
in character or out of character?
Out of
Thinking
character.
about in
What-
character.
For anything. For the situation we're all in, even though we're separated, there's still one situation. You're all here for a purpose. I'm here for a purpose. What would the question be that you all would like to ask?
Well, the one question that's burning in, like, if I'm being brutally honest right now, the one question that's burning in my mind is how the hell do we get back to the others? You know, like the Tasselhoff group. Because currently we're in a situation where we get extremely wet, which I'd like to avoid. Or we go and face off against a bunch of really ticked off
We're going
accountants.
spelunking to get back.
Accountants.
I don't specifically want to go up against the splunking. Well, I don't want to go splunking, and I really don't want to. That sounds so wrong when you say it out loud, but I really don't want to go up against the accountants either.
Well, just so you guys know, the Draconians came through the door, so they're in with the accountants now. Now, if they have found my second door that I didn't manage to close, then they will be in the same area as us. So it's 15 or so of them. Yeah, and if there's only half of them, that's like, what, 7? I think that's wrong, but...
What,
Yeah.
half of 15?
yeah.
It's going to be a good portion.
7, 8, yeah.
It's going to be a good portion of them at least.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, it's going to be a good portion. I
Considering
mean,
there are
half...
one magic user, one cleric, one ranger, and one warrior, we only have 2 people who can really do damage, and the 2 people who can, like, one can technically heal if I'm touching you.
Mhm.
Yeah, so there's a big battle coming our way if we're not careful.
I mean, as a player, I would...
But forgetting about that, what would the question be?
You have one question. He's permitted to answer one final question, and he'll do his best. He says he'll answer that question, and then he can leave that place.
So, what is our point of being here?
To get the discs
Yes, do we know where they are?
with
Yes.
the dragon.
Beyond the
Not
dragon
with the
layer.
dragon.
Beyond the
the
dragon layer.
Well, near to the dragon, and
It has to be beyond the dragon layer.
I don't know why I'm thinking of this, but proof of the gods or something like that.
No, because I'm proof of the god.
plus there's a,
proof of the god.
plus
I mean, further, like,
Well, they've spoken to me. That's good.
if you want further proof, we have a book here that speaks about the gods and what gods there is.
I know, but I'm just thinking in my head, what if a gold runes stand?
The other thing that
It's not enough.
the other thing that everybody's kind of missing is what are the Gully Dwarfs searching for?
No, I'm well aware that there's meant to be another person around here, another female entity of some sort.
Basically, Gold
Yeah.
Moon's goddess, then.
I don't know. We just know there's someone else causing trouble here that sort of been picked up by the dragon who's actually after this
Maybe
person.
that's a good question to ask about this other female. But the question on that side is, does Goldman know about this other female?
Yes.
All right. Well, then
We're all aware of this.
that's a very
Yeah, you're aware
viable
that. You did
question.
hear the conversation between the Draconian and the dragon.
That's a very viable question that you could ask. Like, who is this other female? Like,
You have
Why?
one question. You have one question. You have to.
We
like,
have one shot.
It's our one shot.
So what was your question then, Zeddy? What would you say?
I'm trying to hold not to say joke questions, okay?
And Faye, what would you say?
Well, if we have the Book of Huma, we have an idea of how to beat the dragon. Now, what I personally would ask would be completely breaking the rules.
How do I complete D&D?
No.
That's like West
I know
Universe.
the story. I know the information we need right now. And I also know that my character doesn't know that we need that information right now. And that none of the characters realize they need this information right now, except maybe Cameron, who has probably skimmed over that information, but does not realize that this is the thing he needs to ask.
Which is...
Where is the
Where
bloody
is the
spear?
Dragonlance?
Yeah, see, that is what I was going to ask. What is it that you guys think? There's a dragon lance in a book with a dragon below us.
Where's the
Where
Dragonlance?
on earth is the Dragonlance? And if we have the Dragonlance, we can kill the dragon. And
I
then
was
Well,
gonna say, where on
and
earth
we're
is
good.
the dragon lance? Because if it's not here, it's no good. I was going to ask, no, this is honestly, what I'm going to ask, or what I was going to plan to ask, is how do we defeat the dragon and with what weapon?
But
That's two.
But it's not, it's one question.
It can be
No.
one question. It's one
Where,
question.
where is the tools we need to defeat the dragon?
Oh, that's a better one. Yeah, see, there we go, that's a better.
Yeah, because what you said before, Lee, was and. So that was two questions.
Well, that goes into the one question because it's and, it follows into it.
That's still two.
If I stopped and then said again, that would be two questions. Because I used
I
and.
can ask a question, and he will do his bidding by answering that question. He will give counsel, and then he will leave the place. He will not answer any more questions. He will leave.
Yeah, it's just what you said, before, Lee. To me, in my brain, that was just two questions to me.
That's fine. That's all right. It's okay.
That's what I thought in my head.
Yeah,
so
no, see,
that's how I kind of processed it.
It's a way of a grammar pronunciation sort of thing.
Yeah.
Some people will interpret it, but it's not actually physically a question if it doesn't stop.
It depends. I think it's going to come down to what question do you ask, or what does it relate to? Either the Dragonlance, or the person or the thing that they're searching for, or the discs.
I could ask, why me? Why did you choose?
If you want to.
Though it would be a good idea. What?
probably not a good idea to ask why me.
Great idea. Why me?
No,
Why didn't you choose
no,
me?
no, no, no,
We're the
no.
one that
The
found it.
vaguest question you could ever ask is
Yeah,
why
that's
me?
the-
That's
that-
like the vaguest.
Anyway,
Certainly on this-
so the weapon thing to try to defeat the dragon is a good idea, I think.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Faye and Honey Jade on this one.
Not what the
Yeah,
search for.
try.
Okay.
No, just to basically try that to basically find that weapon, because it would make sense. Because since what's his name again? Cameron, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does not have his like own lance at all. He threw it like in the acid thing and all that,
Yeah.
didn't he?
So are we all happy to ask a question about where this lance is, or because even if we ask what tool do we need to defeat the dragon, it doesn't tell us where the lance is.
Exactly. Yeah.
think
So
the
we
way
need
that-
to. Sorry.
I think the way that Faye phrased it was better. Where are the tools that we need to defeat the dragon?
Where are
Yeah.
the tools?
Because if you say tools, you're not specifically meaning one thing. Like, this
No, I
is
like that one.
this is a possible.
Is everyone okay with that?
I'm okay
What
with
that particular question?
Yes.
I'm
Are
Yes.
you okay with that, Faye?
I'm good with that. Yeah, because I suggested it. Obviously, I'm okay with it.
Well, yeah, I don't want you saying no because then suddenly, or yes because you feel like this is something that we have to do because you've read the book, and I feel like if you
No.
you know what the answer is and you feel like this is cheating, you would say no.
Oh, sort of. Well, the fact that you said, I think that this is something we should be asking. That's what I wanted to ask the second after I said it. Tells me that your character might have been given enough information through Wispa's storytelling to come to that conclusion. So
I
I'm
know for a fact I've got to get
comfortable
past the
with you
dragon. Yeah, I know for a fact I've got to get past the dragon no matter what. So the dragon has to either die or disappear.
Right. And you know that we can't currently defeat it.
Mm-hmm.
So we need whatever tools it is we need to get the dragon dead, which in this case is the Dragonlance, which
Where are
is
the tools to defeat the dragon?
spoiler in here. So yes.
Okay,
Nice.
that is the
Um,
question I will ask.
Okay, what are you asking? Say it exactly.
Where are the tools to defeat the dragon?
You could.
Where are the
I'm not telling
tools?
you.
Where are the tools to defeat the dragon?
Yes, please.
You carry the tools with you. Your blue crystal staff can defeat the dragon.
Fuck.
Darn it.
Right?
Knew it.
My staff can do that? Oh my god, it doesn't say anything like that.
Is that your actual in-game character? Saying
Okay, with that, he explains to you that the tool that
I did
you
say
carry-
tools. Not tools. Tools, come on.
Tools, yeah, that's it.
Tools.
The only thing you need is the item that you carry with you already.
Useless jerk. Fair enough.
We fucked it.
No,
Blue
we
crystal-
didn't, because
the blue-
even
No,
if someone
it's
else went in
okay.
there, he could have
It's
said
okay.
it was the blue
Technically,
star.
it is correct. It's technically correct. Okay, darn.
Okay, and with that, his spirit kind of like just disappears and fades out of view, and then the room kind of like goes from that luminescent blue back into darkness again. However, the golden throne is still there.
I go
It-
sit on.
it's solid gold.
Yeah, I go straight and sit on it.
Okay, you go up and sit on it. It's cold. It's solid gold. It weighs probably the best part of maybe half a ton.
Blue crystal star.